Okay, so I haven't decided yet, but if I end up having this in the thumbnail of this video, don't judge too harshly. It just makes sense to me right now. The Queen's Gambit. So The Queen's Gambit's on Netflix right now. It's a miniseries. I mean, that's what it is. I was gonna call it a series, and I'm pretty sure it's over, so it's a miniseries. It stars Anya Taylor-Joy, who plays a girl named Beth Harmon. She grows up in this orphanage, and she learns very young that she has an affinity and a natural talent for chess. So she grows up, and this is her quest over the years to hopefully become the best chess player in the world. That's right, Queen's Gambit's not a period piece starring Cate Blanchett. No, it's a chess move. So this is a chess movie. Or series, if I keep calling it a movie in this video, you know what I mean. So I don't know what to gush about first, Anya Taylor-Joy being great in the series or chess itself, but if you're gonna permit me a couple minutes, let me gush about chess. Chess is quite simply an amazing game. In fact, I think it's the only game I consider the perfect game. And what is perfect? That's a pretty subjective term, but for me, in the context of this, in the context of talking about chess, it has to do with the contrast between how simple and accessible a game is to how infinitely complex the battles can be when playing that game. And to me, that's chess. It's a game that requires no patches, no DLC, no expansions, unless you're counting Star Trek The Next Generation 3D chess. And whenever I'm playing an RTS or a tabletop game, I just see the DNA of chess. Now, I was never like a chess expert in life, but I always loved the game. I love the feeling that at a point, you feel like you're in the last scene in Reservoir Dogs. You feel like Tony Stark in Avengers Infinity War.
Let's do it. You shoot my guy and I'll blast him. Let's go.
That is chess. All right, so that's my love for the game of chess. So now that brings me to talking about this mini-series, which is a mini-series worth loving. First of all, Anya Taylor-Joy. She carries the entire thing. She is great. We know she's great. She's shown time and time again that she is, in fact, a great actor. And when I say she carries this entire thing, she absolutely positively does. That has to do with how she portrays the character and how her character is written. I thought her character is amazing because she has this natural talent for chess, and it's neat seeing her mentally play the entire games on the ceiling with the shadows. She's one of those prodigies, you know, she can play an entire game of chess in her head, but there's still growth with her character, whether it be emotional growth, whether it be life growth, and growth in her game. The point is, I like the fact that the Queen's Gambit shows that natural talents, that'll get you so far, but you still need chubs to come in there and help you with your putting game. I mean, she loses. That first loss, it hurts because she's like, no, I'm so good, but she learns her natural talent in this world of competitive chess play. That's not necessarily going to be enough. And we all know how that is, you know, that when you're really good at something, when you really take a hit and you have that loss, it stings. She wins and loses enough to where it's like, it just makes it feel real and tangible. Like she's an accessible human being that we can all relate to because we've all lost a lot in life, right? And we will continue to do so throughout life until the end. I just appreciate the fact that the show hammers home the point that winning and losing, both important. So I like that growth. I like her personal growth as well. Whether it be with her and her adoptive mom, which at first I was like, oh, the mom's one of those moms that's there for the money, but you do feel the love there. There is a mother-daughter relationship. So I like the fact that the show expands on that, but really it's her character's arc. You really feel like she grows, matures, and she really comes into her own. I just thought the series was an interesting chess quest, but also an amazing coming-of-age story. I like the supporting characters too. This miniseries takes place over a span of years, so supporting characters, they grow too. Seeing growth among them, among her, between them and her. Benny, I loved Benny. Benny's one of those dudes, like a lot of people, they're like, okay, the chess game starts when we sit down. He was like, no, the chess game starts when we all enter the room. I'm gonna get in their heads first, and that'll give me the edge. He knew when the game actually starts. And he actually taught me an important thing, because I want to talk about how rad I thought Benny was. And I was like, wait a minute, let me look into the guy, because I'm gonna find out he, I don't know, did something, and people in the comment section are gonna be like, oh, he's actually a dick in real life. And he taught me a very important thing. This is not based on a true story. I thought it was for like half of it. Nope, it's not. Completely fictional. It doesn't make it any less engaging. It just surprised me. It's executed in such a way where you would swear it's real. And I guess that is a testament to the production of the series. I don't know, maybe if it was real, it'd be a lot less interesting. Who knows? Maybe the world of competitive chess play just isn't that dramatic. But if you're talking about production, the production of this series, like, you know when it takes place. I mean, it tells you what year it takes place, and I guess that's helpful to go down to the year to be like, okay, this is 1968. I need to know the exact year, but you know it's the 60s. You know from the production design and the music. The soundtrack, great stuff. It's what I love about Forrest Gump. You know the decade it takes place from the soundtrack, and Forrest Gump is my favorite soundtrack of all time in terms of collection of rock music. But Queen's Gambit had some greats. One of the things I love about this miniseries is it's not just a peek behind the curtain. You really feel like you have a backstage pass into this world of competitive chess play. You don't just get a peek, you get brought into this world that you otherwise would not have ever been brought into, and you get to live this experience vicariously through the character. It's worth noting here that the Queen's Gambit pulls that off because not everything that tries that pulls it off. Like Social Network did, you know? It was this world of creating Facebook and this social network, and Magic Mike did, the world of male strippers. Didn't know I gave a shit, but I watched Magic Mike and I was like, that was interesting. And the Queen's Gambit does. And granted, it's a game I already actually did give a shit about. You really feel like you're there and you want to know as much about it. You want to love this game as much as she does. And really, you have this feeling throughout this ride of it being a rock star story. Between the drinking, substance abuse, the spiral out of control, and the natural talent of her being a badass, it does have the beats of it being a rock star story, just without her being a musician. It's a well-written story with well-written characters, with great actors portraying them. Interesting premise, interesting ride. The only things that I have to say about it in terms of the negative, sometimes passage of time, you're like, okay, it's been this many years, I gotta clock that. It doesn't feel like it's been that many years, but it has. And the very end chess matches, I mean, when she's there and this is it, like, I love the tone of the room. But I could have gone for watching more of the chess matches. Like, I feel like I watched and saw more of the earlier chess matches than I did at the pinnacle. Like, these are the chess matches of chess matches. I don't know, I felt like I wanted to see more. I'm sure if I side by side them and clock them, it's probably equal time. Regardless, I could have gone for seeing more of the endgame chess matches. But it's worth watching on Netflix. If you have Netflix, check it out. I binged it in a day. So the Queen's Gambit, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.